match number 3. Will PRX finally put up some big numbers here in this one? John Allen, Blake, what do you guys think?
I mean, what do we think? Well, I don't know what you think, but I think if you're going to put up points, better start now, really. You know, crack on. Days are wasted. We're up to match 3. We're already over the grassy pastures once again. Lovely look at the marble plain. Not sure if, well, no, it's probably not actually made of marble plain, but it certainly looks like it.
It does certainly look like it. Pretty heavy. It was marble. Might not fly at all.
But we can pretend.
Well, we can pretend. We can be real imaginers here.
That's my new team then.
PMGC, the real imaginers.
Yeah, we never win, but we should imagine we do.
TRI.
Yeah.
All right. Going back to the DRS thing, so we've got a whole new outlook on life here. But for some of these teams, it really is a lot of their lives on the line here, or at least life-changing money. That is an incredible prize pool towards the top of the table, right? And it has changed multiple lives in the past. APG, they are the sole contenders down towards Sosnovka here to start things off. Ulf starting up towards Ferry Pier as well. Did feel a little bit bad for Ulf on that last game for reasons. If you watched it, you'll know.
Yeah.
But I think that genuinely Ulf had to be proud of themselves there. I think they did fantastically well from that position. But we do get a northeastern circle jump.
Yeah, it's not going to be another military. I wasn't going to mention it. I promise you. If you'd have stopped talking, I definitely wasn't going to bring up.
I waited for the circle.
I know you did. I know you did. You were responsible. You're a responsible mic owner. I'm not necessarily. But yeah, no, we're not going down to the Midstrong Island. We've already had one, so we'll definitely not have any more again for the rest of the tournament, he said with full confidence. I was looking out towards Kara as well as Thunder Talk, who we saw have a little bit of a scrap in the last match. This time, a little bit more civil over towards Milter. Nobody going to be slashing tires on the buggies with the knife, even if you do connect a little bit with Alva. No, won't lose sighting just this time. Oh, a sub coming on through for E-Arena. Mormon in, Sakura out.
Interesting, that one. I feel like Sakura is a very good player on the side of E-Arena, but sub him out. Maybe he's not feeling great. Maybe it's just time to make a change here for E-Arena. Or get back on the bike. I mean, I don't think they're doing terribly right now. 13 points is certainly not shabby. And I think for the first 6 matches of any sprint here in a grand finals, it's always tough because the points haven't really evened out yet. It is going to be those teams that get the chicken dinners. It is going to be those teams with the big Elam games that aren't going to be up towards that top side. I mean, for APG, getting a 15 Elam match is ginormous, and they just need to really keep things up now, right? And I think for APG, that last game was lovely, really lovely to watch. We do need to consider the fact that they started on Sosnovka though.
Yeah, we have seen both APGs in the first 2 matches as well, which is what's confusing, right? We've seen Gauntlet APG, we've seen Group Stage APG. Which is it going to be continuing forwards? The fact that they can do both on the same day, though, that is a new development.
Yeah.
So it's a real interesting roller coaster that you're on if you're an APG fan. Or if you're a fan of someone who's fighting against APG.
The personalities are emerging at the moment.
Oh dear.
Making themselves known.
A dangerous crossing though for APG. Probably fairly soon. Although, Ulf are going to leave. Okay, the West Bridge should be fine for APG.
Yeah.
And they should be able to rotate in. The question is, do they go there? Because I don't think it's out of their wheelhouse to decide, you know what, we're going to East Bridge. We're just going to go for it.
They could go East Bridge. I think if you studied the teams and you studied the circle, you studied the playing path, at least on this one as well, I think you probably prefer to go West Bridge, purely because most teams are already on the eastern side. You have Thunder Talk as well as Kara, who are controlling, maintaining Farm and Milter, which does make your life very difficult going in towards the future there, John, going through. And it looks like completely open on the western edge. I think APG can play that edge fairly well too. DXavier haven't left Pachinki yet either.
Yeah, they are going to be a little bit slow. Ulf, very, very quick though. In the meantime, they're already past Potato Hill after starting on Ferry Pier. We're not even up to minute 5 now. And they have sent on very, very quickly. The plane path did start in that area. Now let's hop back on. Oh, we're getting another one. We're getting another grudge match. It's Regnum Kaya and D+ Kia once more going in for a fight. Zedwolf steps out the door frame, immediately gets first blood, and now has to step back in. The off angle's there, and Wild's kind of on his own. Regnum Kaya split flank. They are a two-player hold on this, and in come the cavalry. Looking to try and hold. Wild steps up top to try and stay alive, has to drop back, tries to play the cover, goes back on in, and Chips is under threat. And it's Wild stepping through. A two-player hold against 3 from D+ Kia. This is brilliant for Regnum Kaya. They roll down Chips on the outside, and D+ Kia cannot find an entry. Now it's Nolbu, the last to stand, and Zedwolf battens down the hatches. They are able to keep themselves going. 4 players stand tall, and Alpha 7 are scrapping with Alter Ego.
Yeah, I mean, it's non-stop right now. Krypton on his lonesome inside. The flames blanketing the garage, but not a comfy finish there for Alter Ego whatsoever. Down to just 1 player now. For D+, though, welcome to the Wild, Wild West indeed. What a play from the inside. Really, really good stuff. For Regnum Kaya, that's going to feel good. That's going to feel real good.
Yeah, especially after that last match. Being trapped on the outside now. They had a 2-2 split on the inside position. Brilliant, brilliant hold. Mostly, I think they were able to do that for 2 reasons. I think Zedwolf getting that first knock on the roll-up, and Chips not being there with the rest of D+ Kia on the roll-up as well. As soon as it was 2 players on the inside for D+ Kia, that was when it started to get dicey. Obviously, there's a bit of a coin flip there. I think if Chips had gone in with them, it might have been a better story.
But Chips is their CQC guy. That's undeniable, right? He is the one who does play forward with the team. He's the one with that firepower at close range. I think not having Chips there, you're absolutely bang on the money there, John.
Yes.
It's pretty unfortunate, especially Salting Alamo as well. You want the full team. You've got to gamble with the full team there. If you're going to crash it, which is what they do, maybe they assumed that it was free. That's a bold assumption, though.
They may have known that there were only 2 players on the inside, right? And thought, oh, we've got the numbers advantage, something like that. It just doesn't pan out. I mean, as I said before, another major contributing factor, Zedwolf getting that first knock, right, to make it a 2 versus 2. And Regnum Kaya regrouped very quickly. But now, I'm looking back at the map, they've split up again. They're going back to that 2-2 split. They're confident to go back towards that position, and nobody backfilled them.
Well, D+ already down, right? And that's the team that challenged for that position. So you're sort of certain at the moment that there is less teams in this area. So I think it should be absolutely okay for Regnum Kaya if you go for this 2-2 split. When we see multiple times from them, they're very happy to regroup whenever necessary. They have 2 strong spots to play it as well. So they're trying to confirm over towards Yas Field as well as the center of this circle too. I think it's a reasonable approach.
This one, John.
Trying to hold a little bit of ground. We'll see if they are successful. That north side against Team Flash are very likely to stay stagnant. Looking at Ulf and wondering, they're a bit of a wild card. They may be the team to try and break that accord on the middle side. On the east, we're on board with the last player from Alter Ego after their conflict with Alpha 7. Rosemary definitely wanting to keep this one going. Spray down, does manage to land it. I think big pickup for Rosemary and a nasty surprise for Alpha 7, along with the circle. A nasty surprise for everybody else in this one, going up towards the Asfield and even north of that beyond, touching Stalbot and the mountains there. Rosemary, okay, he's still going. Alpha 7, they lost one earlier. They've now lost another. They're 2 players.
Alpha 7 getting ruined there by Rosemary. Final player left alive. Obscure still going on. Side to Boogie. But yeah, up towards the north side, a little bit awkward. Regnum Kaya should be regrouping fairly shortly over towards the south side of Yas Field. Don't really want to enter it just yet. I can't imagine this is heading over towards Stalwart. But if it does, what a circle that's going to be. Great game starting out there for DX Xavier as well. The Mad Bulls. But they do have neighbors now, right? DX Xavier and Mad Bulls potentially clashing in the near future. Huge amount of space inside of Yasnaya though, so it's a matter of time and when this is going to happen.
There's a team here right now, Black, that has been immensely proactive and very, very fast on these rotates. That's Ulf. They started down towards very pier. They moved very quickly out of there, and they have now once again moved to a very central position on this circle to the east of Yasnaya. I think they're going to have a good time of it. And now they're able to take shots like this over towards this fight with DX Xavier.
Yeah, but the Xavier already taking a knock there is pretty rough. And it's from no other than Aaron himself. Really, really skilled player. Has had an unbelievable come up over the years. So lovely to see. Zeus also spots over towards the Xavier, sending shots down range towards them. And although they're in the zone, they have not always fared the best.
It's the age of the DXavier circle over. They've only got 3 players though. Lambo already down and flushed. Let's hop back over to Mansion, because Rosemary is still alive and kicking, and maybe a very unknown quantity here to Goat Team, right? They may not suspect there is one on the inside, although he did take shots earlier, and you maybe expect that there is at least one. So perhaps being careful, but either way, not going to come into conflict just yet. I don't think Rosemary wants to over-peak, over-promise on his delivery. Alpha Gaming rotating very close to Joker, who he's just going to be real chill with it right now. He's just hanging out. And they are going to diverge. This is on the north side. R8 are also up here on that north edge. Oh, hang on a minute. Rosemary. He's popped a shot over towards Vic, and that is potentially going to land on the nade. A nice bounce, but doesn't quite get through towards the rest of it. Kraken tries to go across. And Rosemary, I mean, he's used to these solo situations. Doesn't quite get across the fence on that vault, but steps forward to the rest of it. Side angle. Rosemary making the man dash across into the open. And he's in the building. That is dangerous. The nade's there, put away. When he steps up the stairs, one flight too many. And will be put down. Rosemary will fall.
Circle over towards the western side, fully on those fields. What a grim circle this is for DXavier as well as Mad Balls. Lovely start for them to work with this one. DRX also having this spot on the western side is not bad, honestly. They get to circumvent the majority of the players with sort of a hard shift over towards the western side. Most players moving in from that east. If they try and rotate, make these wide wraps down towards the south side, likely going to come into conflict with one another. So although DRX, you know, they might have to struggle a little bit to get towards the western side of Yasnaya later on, they don't have to deal with too many teams.
I think it really does rely on this next circle. They should be safe, as you're right, for now, on the western side, but moving is going to be pretty dastardly. I think Vampire on the south, pretty happy. Reckon Kaya, potentially as well, on that south edge. Thunder Talk, much less smiley about things right now, because they're all the way on the east side. There's a lot of rotation that seems to be moving clockwise around this circle. That's around, down towards the south side of this one. Kara leading the charge on that, and actually impacting on the south edge towards Vampire, who, okay, they're just going to give ground. So they don't want to overstay on that peak, on that angle. Kara may have a little bit of a spot on that south edge. Middle of the circle, though, I think Team Flash currently in with a big opportunity to right their wrongs.
Yeah, they've got a pretty nice spot to work with, the Team Flash, and it is always going to be this clockwise rotations, purely because of where the circle is. We have half of it, which is just unplayable. You don't want to be playing on the north side of Yasnaya anyway. That's not an ideal position to be in, around the lakes, so teams just aren't going to play there. R8 may be crashing over towards APG fairly soon, though, John, which will be an interesting fight, because as we've seen, R8 can go toe-to-toe with APG. Sadly, in that last game, they really did not have the position to work with, and that was because of APG in the first place, with some really slick rotations, really good mind games going through over towards R8, towards the end of that Erangel.
Thunder Talk, I mean, this is the team behind Kara in the clockwise rotate queue. Kara able to pull up successfully. Vampire regrouped to a 2-2. And now Kara fending off Thunder Talk, who are just trying to find their way on in, but really not having success anywhere. Goat Team sit ahead of them on the north. And speaking of the north, let's hop on over, because Yol now with the challenge. This is R8 and APG clashing. R8 trying to rock up to the fight, looking to try and control the angle, and Yol goes down, but the off angles bite back. 2 for 2 right now. Prestige is flushed away, and Amori now seemingly alone out in the field here, looks for the flush to top, steps up, able to find it. And maybe on the inside too, but the angles are starting to multiply here as Reefus holds down the line. Doc moves into position, but does take a lot of damage. E-Arena coming in for the third party from the east side flank. They're moving up to the north to try and take these two teams down.
Super opportunistic there going through from E-Arena, and a necessary moment to go for it too. If they can clear out both teams, oh my god, they have so much space to work with on this side of the map. But that requires E-Arena to make this play. So far, it's mainly R8 and APG who are taking the shots at one another. E-Arena seems to be just watching, observing, like this is a cage fight.
Amori goes down, now 2 players on the inside for R8. They need to try and hold strong. They've just squeaked out the circle on the next shift here, and a lot of damage done. Leaves Amori out, but Doc is down as well. And that's Ulf chiming in from a really central position now. In the meantime, by the way, on our picture-in-picture, DXavier sent all the way out really fast from Yasnaya to crash into that location. We'll see if they're able to survive on it, because Team Flash are putting them under pressure. All right, though, they are still surviving here. And APG, very much not so.
Yeah, weird. It's a weird play that E-Arena makes here. I think it is sort of lack of confidence from them almost to not just fully invest onto this. R8 allowed to get 2 players in a buggy. Basically, at the start position, DRX chasing down 1 player from APG. But we do talk about the circle a little bit. As things start to pop off on the map. Quick barrel roll, but not enough. Basic maneuvers do not work. But yeah, moving over towards the eastern side now. Much more playable. Still a little bit awkward, but you'd much rather be here than in the fields of Yaz.
Absolutely. I think, to be honest, at the moment, though, Underdog will take what they can get, because they are getting lit up on the east side of Skjør. For Alpha 7, the last player to survive after a tussle with Rosemary, and the rest as well. Thundertalk and Goat team coming into conflict. I don't think that Obscure is going to last too much longer. It depends if Goat team try and take shots up towards him or try and put pressure out that way, but Thundertalk, I don't think they're going to be able to escape this blue zone. They just succumb to it. As AJ is flushed away, Obscure down as well. King now the last to stand for Thundertalk on the east side. Alpha 7 down in 13th place.
Yeah, not an amazing game from Alpha 7. They do get 5 elims though, and that's fine for now, at least. With DXavier, the only other team towards the top of the lobby, still standing. It will keep them in contention. Thundertalk though, our PEL team, struggling.
Oh, Lewis with a long drop there. Trying to get some backup sent on in. Reknenkaya not really able to find the opening shots, but Marceau goes down. That is a brilliant drop coming through from Loxy. Now Wild and Loxy on the inside with Lewis bearing down. It's handled. Business as usual for Reknenkaya. Not an ox sent their way. They're up to 7 elims now, Black, and this is a much better game. Playing from the Heaven compound, it's worked out.
Yeah, real anticlimactic there for Kara.
Yeah.
Lewis flying over the top, misses the roof by a mile. And Reknenkaya shuts them down in 2 seconds. Go rocking up though, and because Reknenkaya was forced to move off position, couldn't hold both these buildings at the same time, Twix has a nade. Zedwolf very close by with one of his own, but doesn't quite have the tag on just yet. Doesn't have the bead, the marker. Oh, okay.
I wonder if they think they checked that angle with that nade. That could be dangerous. They should hear the pinball here. Zedwolf knows that Twix is stepping there, and there's a rock up. There's a third party coming through from Vampire. This is going to crash into the back of Goat team, so they cannot go for this engagement. Vampire playing in the foothills, but this is only 2 of them, and Vampire actually going to probably turn around off this shift flank because it's hard back towards Yasnaya.
At least you have information, because the circle moves north. And it's again now a pretty nasty circle. For DXavier, they're quite happy with the position they hold. But for the Flash, this is a very much winning position for them. Absolutely winning position. You have clear sight lines over towards that eastern side as teams start to approach towards you. They really only need to deal with map balls. And map balls have to leapfrog a lot of buildings to get here, which gives plenty of time for Flash to dig them out of those trenches as they try and wade through.
I think Vampire is going to be pretty pivotal in how successful Madball's going to be. Potentially E-Arena on this north side as well. From that shaft, they have a lot of sidelines, but they do need to take it first, and it's not going down without a fight. 2 players fall on the inside. Marth cleaning house, not quite. Mormon able to step on in when his team needs him the most. They're dropping the smokes now, and they need to try and live this one out. But the north side, again, for E-Arena, if they can clean this out, great news.
NC2. Hey, fucking my smoke.
Oh no, catches the heel there. Not friendly, not nice. Catch for Ulf did flex all the way out to the east side. Vampire still taking a lot of damage, but it's actually Silas who chimes in for another knock towards Goat team. There is an answer though. Oh, he's flushed away. Okay, hang on a minute. Kaya losing players. They've actually, okay, they moved ahead. I was wondering, why are they taking shots from that back? Don't they need to get a move on? But no, they already did. But they have moved in with 3. That should be fairly successful here.
But Magnum Kaya, they are at 3 still, so they're not doing terribly. Wild is down again. That's a 2v4 versus Vampire, and you start to believe that it's gonna be rough now for Regnum Kaya. Already had a fairly decent game though with the 7 elims they're able to go. Zed Wolf just peppered at the moment. I think for Regnum Kaya likely they go down soon, but I think they'll be quite pleased with this match so far anyway.
Wolf.
Could go better.
One. Oh, it's traded. Killer Joe there. Loxy tries to move in to save his teammate, but he's flushed away very, very quickly. The roll down not going to quite connect. Catches on a mission, on a wide angle. The off angles are there. And Vampire now trying to stop this fight dead in its tracks. 2 players still for Regnum Kaya. Go up in smoke. Goat soon to follow. Divided and conquered by both Vampire and Ulf. The flex outs working wonders.
Tony K, what a player this guy is. Has always had a huge amount of talent and is now looking to prove it here at PMGC. Ketch goes down to Meowlag. And Ulf realizes maybe they bit off more than they could chew here versus Vampire.
You don't want to get into a chewing contest with a Vampire. That's just a terrible idea. All things considered, there are far better things to be going for. Although Wolves, pretty good chewing themselves. An age-old rivalry. We'll have to wait to see how that one's going to come on through.
They choked on their group stage.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's fair. Vampire didn't even play a group stage. Shift into Flash's favor. How many points do they have, though? 0. They've got no elims right now, Blank. And it is very much one of those late-game, not gambles, but investments, right? It's a late-game investment for Team Flash. They have put a lot of... well, they have a lot of presence on this East Point, as you were highlighting earlier. We'll see if they can maintain against some incredibly strong teams here. Going to look to try and take it from them.
It's still a weird circle in the sense that wherever it goes next does change the way the game plays, right? There's multiple circles in the past where no matter really what it does, there's still one team that has that really strong spot. For the Flash, though, if it starts moving out towards the north side, they start to have a difficult game. It's tough decisions ahead of them. Lovely shot on Aaron, though, on the moving vehicle. Luckily, Solus is there to find Turney.
And that was 3 players in the same vehicle, just getting sprayed down. Scarface, a complete broadside on that rotate. So just Joker remaining for the arena. I thought maybe, but no. They weren't the ones to save me. Not this time.
Ulf is ahead of him here. I think for Joker, he's not long for this world. They also have sightlines on him, right? They already took tags over towards this guy. So I'm pretty sure they know where he's playing. Ooh. Vampire make their way up, though, towards Flash. Flash have to remove these players.
The window shots not quite landing on towards Vampire on their approach. And already found an opening. This is not good news for Team Flash. Not many placement points if they go down here and now. That is not ideal. Joker trying to make his open dash. Zeus will be getting rest in the meantime. I think Mad Bulls need to think about moving now. Think about moving in towards the position of Team Flash. Maybe move a little bit further south. Get across that road potentially. We'll have to wait and see what they go for. Ulf also marshalling their forces. After losing Ketch, they're playing as 3, but they've got this hillside.
You're concerned with the next circle, though. I think for Mad Bulls, they don't want to cross this road because what happens if this moves north? What happens if this moves down towards the southwest? There is a lot of changes that can happen here where then suddenly Mad Bulls have a prime position. Sadly, that is just the case right now. So teams can't make these rash decisions too early. For Ulf, they're likely just going to hold on the eastern side as well because you'd have to wait for stage 7, stage 8 to truly understand what kind of rotation you need to make.
Come on, Team Flash. Let's start getting some elims here. It's about time. They really need to earn these points. They're getting a chicken dinner here. Pretty solid stuff, if you can find it. Vampire, though, they have been very effective on that south edge. Ulf's going for the crash. Okay, they're rolling in from the east side over towards DXavier. A lot of damage. No damage from the fire. Solus is next to fall, though, and DXavier with 2 hold out the first wave from the east side. Just Scarface now remains. A little bit of a lackluster roll up there coming on through. Over towards the DXavier corner. It's going to Flash, though, with the circle. Blank. I mean, they have to get points on this. They have to get more.
You got to translate this game. And if you don't, then life gets real difficult, especially being in 16th place right now. This has to be the game that Flash really gets things back under control. If you can't win this match, you are starting to look a little bit scared for the Flash, because this is very much a winnable game. And with Vampire, like we said before, didn't play any of the stages of PMGC. They are our invite team. To go down to this squad, that would be a little bit unfortunate, though.
I think so. I think so. Ground floor now, though. Under pressure, the Mad Bulls make the dash. Team Flash give ground. I don't think this is a terrible idea. You can't hold this with Vampire being in the wings, right? You cannot go for that fight with Vampire in such close quarters. They're already nading out your positions. They will third-party you at a moment's notice. It's going to be a three-way fight, I think, for this one. I think it's safe to say this fight is going to be our final three.
Yeah, for Xavier getting in from this northeast side, very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Scarface will try and put those long-range antics to good use for himself. But more likely looking for the top three here. Try and live things through as long as possible. You can see what kind of open ground he's crawling into. It's likely one of these players will spot him at some point in the near future.
This three-way standoff, I think, kind of helps Team Flash survive, but does slow them down. I saw an explosive bow. I just saw an explosive bow. I didn't realize we'd invited Sook. What's going on? He's not supposed to have
lives
qualified.
on. The legacy lives on.
Oh, it's there. In Team Flash's hands.
I mean, it's good. It's definitely good for clearing out these types of windows. So I don't mind it. I really don't mind it.
Outside, they find their first point, blank. That is good news. All right, they're off the mark. Surely now they get the rest of them too. At the moment, there are 10 more eliminations that they could possibly find in this lobby. Getting 11 would be great. I think getting 6 and a chicken dinner for them at the moment would be a good result.
See how Vampire handle this late game. See how Xavier attempts to remove themselves from this position, but I'm pretty sure Flash, Mad Bulls, they'll all be looking that way.
I think you deny here for Xavier. I think this is a deny situation. Maybe you send one in, trying to have a weird third party, but I think you just deny the points.
It's getting to the wall, right? But again, there's so many angles looking at them that it's very unlikely. They have to be so aware when these angles change that they can make this move. But as time has progressed, as time has moved on, this is now what they know to be one of the only viable spots remaining that is about to be out of zone.
You know what? This is an explosive bow angle. Wait, Xavier are going for it. I thought they were going to hide in the shack and wait for the blue zone to envelop. Team Flash take some shots, but no.
If they get to the wall, it's fine.
Okay,
It's a question of getting to that wall.
The smokes are there, and there are 2 really difficult angles for them to deal with. They've blocked off that high ground from Mad Bull so far. Paragon still have the cover. They haven't breached that one just yet. The back smoke's fading, though. And they will start to run out of util here. They are investing all the smokes they have. Levi's gets across, just about hitting the deck. Is he safe from the Mad Bulls? No, not quite. The Molotov's over as well. And Levi's is there. Lazarus steps out, and everybody wants a piece of the pie. Levi's goes down, and the point is earned. Oh, that's by Mad Bulls.
No, Paragon remaining, crawling against the wall. The tiny gap, and he gets shot through it.
Oh, dear. Oh, Bose finds the ankle. Pusher steps up very, very high there. Bit dangerous to step all the way up, because you do still have Vampire to worry about. I think if Pusher gets too bold here, could be disastrous. Paragon getting... Okay, yeah, surely it works. Surely not. Paragon across.
He stutter steps.
There it is.
He stutter steps it. That's actually very cool. And the nade does not make it far enough. The stutter step was crazy, because he runs out, stops it early, and if you're tracking that via gyro, that really ruins your whole spray.
And he's across, you said. If they get up to the wall, it's dangerous, but there's only one of him. Surely he can't do that much, but a knock over towards Team Flash. I mean, the blue zone's going to push everyone in blank. This is the final zone. Our last 3 teams. Top can't connect on the spray. Paragon evading these bullets. Another nade is getting cooked up, and Top just looking to pop a stim. The res is coming through in the meantime. Vampire are going to have to close down on this one, and Tops finally gets rid of the thorn in their side. 4 players now on every remaining team. Another point added to the tally for Team Flash, but only 2 so far. They need more.
Vampire looking for this chicken dinner. It's an awkward position to play. They are lacking the high ground. We're in stage 9. We're about to close all the way dead center. And no one really has advantage here because no one wants to play in the courtyard.
Ooh.
Great nade from Flip, though, to start things off.
That should be a flush, nice and easy, but another knock goes over towards Vampire. Yala goes down. That should be reasonable, but the Blue Zone's putting a lot of pressure on Vampire trying to dash across. Zia's trying to track through the smoke, but a little, again, a stutter step coming through. Lemon moves out in the meantime. Now he's up close and personal. Nade's still in the pocket for Vampire, though, but a lovely lineup from Zias to find another onto Vampire. Mad Bulls, the only team now with 4 players alive. 2 Elims on side. The Mad Bulls will be denied entry. Nobody now healthy. Pusher moving forwards. Team Flash starting to lose players. Wind drops down in the off angle there and is the last player to go. And he will go up in smoke. A low Elim game and Team Flash denied.
God.
Vampire now burning in the sunlight under pressure. But 4 players alive, just about dodging it. A bounce on the nade and 2 Mad Bulls now looking to charge through the Vampire. On the off angle though, there is nothing to do. Oh no, a self-nade. Disaster strikes and Lazarus with a bad bounce. Steps up, a challenge, 2v2. Yola now needs to come up big. Goes for 1, goes for 2, no. How on earth do they let that go? Vampire on their home ground. Fall to a self-nade. Lazarus, what are you going to do? And a miraculous turnaround for the Mad Bulls.
Actually,